Hello ladies and gents, I am Indifferent and welcome back to Distant Worlds Universe, playing with the Tikkun Corporation and with the Return of the Shakturi storyline enabled on a gigantic galaxy. This is actually the second time I've recorded this episode because I managed to mess up the first one because I forgot to save at the end of it, thus losing all my entire progress, which is a bit of a pain because I had disabled autosaves to prevent crashes or problems during the game when it saves. I haven't really had any problems with it crashing before, but yeah, that's a bit of an issue. So, what my main goal was happening was expanding our faction, because I have noticed a bit of an issue going back through the episodes and also with the one I managed to mess up recording, and that is our enemies are not expanding. And this is part of my issue with how I set up the game, because I only set the colony range as to one sector, and this has caused a problem because, as you can see, not many people have actually gone and managed to expand much beyond their initial colony. Even ourselves, I think we only managed to colonize one place. I think it was this one here. Yeah, we managed to colonize this planet here. I think all of the others were basically when we captured and then utilizing other factions in order to do so. So yeah, that is one bit of an issue I need to sort out. The other, actually I'll start running the game so we can actually carry things on, is our strike forces they're strong enough, but not really strong enough to take out some of the pirate bases. Okay, yeah, just warn them. The Ancient Guardians really shouldn't be doing that sort of thing. So I've been trying to use these strike forces to defend these actual systems. That isn't working very well. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create some defensive forces in order to hold these new systems. And that's going to be done utilizing the escorts. So while this one is actually building up, I will just go ahead with that, I think. So let's open up ships and bases, go to the military ships, and no fleets, swarmers. Yeah, I think about 5 will do. Set a new fleet there. So the 5th fleet. 5th fleet is going to go to system, home base, and it's going to be this planet here, and you're going to go on auto. Which means that now this force here, the 8th one, I think that's actually a trooper, yeah. The trooper is something also I want to work on editing. I want to give them weapon systems, so I will load my troops, and then I will go to the design screen and edit the invasion class ship, because I do need to give them guns so they can actually hold off the pirates before the new defenders arrive. Yeah, and load the armor. Partly because I actually have the ultra dense armor, so take all that armor off and then put that on in its place. So there we go. That should do the troopers quite nicely. So once they've loaded up, I'll go retrofit them. So I'm just going to rename this to YD5561, just so I know who they're actually protecting. And I'll do the same for this system as well. So 5 ships, new fleet. So 6th fleet here. Go to system, new leader elected, okay. And where is set home base? There, good. So again, this fleet is going to be the KX5691. Actually going to allow us to hold on to these new planets a lot easier, because we're going to have actual mobile forces there straight away. So that gives us a little bit more mobility. In order to enhance in that regard, I'm going to improve some of our other crafts. So I'm going to get a load more constructors. I think I might just get 8 more constructors, another scout like that, and also I think could do with a load more escorts. So probably throw around about another 40 out into the world. and probably another 24 heavy cruisers, and upgrade all of the strike forces to 16 ships. So yeah, the strike forces don't normally go that high, but I think with the case of the pirates, it is worthwhile doing it, and basically having to do that because of how the actual ships have worked. I don't usually go up to 16 ships in my strike forces, but because of how the pirates have organised, I think we're going to have to. I'm pretty sure that is, again, due to how I set up the actual game. The pirates haven't really found anyone to fight, so they just get everything, well, set up and murder us all, and why they just sit in their systems. Yeah, let's speed up the game, because there's quite a bit of messiness to go for now. Ton of swarmers have been built. In fact, what I should do is just go to the state bases, and I should have upgraded the Neuralink spaceport. One thing is on these is ECM and ECCM, so I should probably put that on. And then also, let's up the actual docking bays of the Neuralink spaceport, just because of how large it is. Fantastic. More huge amounts of constructions being completed there. Neuralink spaceport actually upgrade as well, so it's got a lot of building. New ambassador. Speaking of, let's send this ambassador somewhere. How are we doing for victory conditions? We have tons of colonies. We're actually doing really well. Mostly because we've got most of our Tikan base. We've got the most trade, highest private, killed most handslings, and started the fewest wars. That latter one, I'm going to change. As soon as we've got our forces replenished and retrofitted, I am going to send my strike forces, going to go attack these guys. Where are they? The Ikuru. Natithian minus sovereignty. There's these Xenox over here as well. That's it is pirates. A good number of Xenox on there, so probably worthwhile capturing that. Quite a few of them built still. Total swap, we accept your proposal. Hopefully those actual defense groups will arrive soon. One thing I don't think they've got a very long range. That's something I might actually have to retrofit on the design screens with those little swarmers. Manual upgrade. 11 sectors, that's not really that far. I was thinking I might actually just have to upgrade all of them. Because see, they're going to get there and they're going to run out of fuel. So, mint ships, all escorts. All escorts retrofit to the latest design. It's not really going to be annoying for my places which, you know, I'm trying to build at the moment. It's currently being harassed by pirates. But overall, it will be better. Hey, trade guild is built! Just spam messages. Right, no mission. Okay, we've colonised a new system. What I'm going to do, now the strike force is a lot stronger. Let's send them over to the E06 system. That isn't a two-goose system. There it is. So let's garrison both of you, and then get myself down a defensive base. And then also 5 ships into a new fleet. So the 8th fleet will go over and support this system. So home base here. These guys have no mission as well. Right. Let's go attack this Xenox place over here then. Load of colonizations going down. That is good. It's going to take a very long time for it to fully complete, but being able to just send Teekans over everywhere is a brilliant idea. Speaking of, how are we doing for our populations? We should have... Oh, we got another max colony. Let's put a bit of tax on them. So in fact, let's actually go to Neuralac and get ourselves a load of colonizers. So retrofit, so you're refueling. Ton more retrofits completed. See all these ships going in. Maybe we should put guns on these. Though they don't normally use the guns very well. Hyperdrive's still a little bit slow. It's something I do want to work towards. And I'll actually go to the ultra efficient hyperdrives. Because although these like gate ones are really fast, you do kind of need all this other tech in order to get it. And if I go straight for this, these things are insane because they only have a very short jump initialization, rather than like 25 seconds, which is really a lot quicker than previously. It means that the jump can start straight away. And most of those techs are just improving the current ones rather than an actual new hyperdrive. So the troopers are ready to go. I think I might send them to Xenox first. It's closer by. So the defense base is basically done. The spaceport is damaged. I do actually have the spaceport there. It's just our fleets are nowhere near where they need to be. So the defense base did actually manage to fight them off. Did enough damage. And eventually they were just like, no, we're just going to retreat and flee. Let's just trade this with everyone. Makes them remarkably happy if you trade the rare goods with them. Ooh, actually, let's have a look at the expansion planner and send some of the colony ships which I've already built to some of these zones. So no colony ships for the volcanic, but the other places I do have. I've got loads and loads of colony ships ready to go. Bonus income has dropped massively. Bit of an issue. Let's go attack this pirate base again. Because now I have 16 of these ships, I'm a lot more confident that I'll be able to take them on. Compared to before when I only had 8. Oh, darn it, they raided me for tech. So that's annoying, because I'm now spreading out. The pirates are now attacking much more, in much more earnest. Oh, good grief, ships, what are you doing coming in piecemeal? Jump over to this mining station, everyone. See, a couple of ships attacking there. Pirates should now be mobilising their forces. Yep. They are. Okay, this is quite the mobilisation. I accidentally cancelled the jump. Oh dear. Right, these ships are completely just eliminated now. These huge tons of stuff. Okay, we've lost 2 ships there. I think they're both captured. There we go. Now this is a better fight. Though, could really do with some improvements to all our tech. Don't have enough money for that. We do not have enough money for that. Have enough money for this? Nope. About 20 grand short on all fronts. New system. We've got big wings stuff there. Nice, there's some fighting. What we need some destroyers. And where I build my destroyers, or think I could build my destroyers this time, is anti-fighter roll. So tons and tons of point defense and actual fighter craft. So yeah, it should do very nicely. And let's take out all these carriers. Let's go open the design screen, go to the ship of the line. What can we do to improve this? Could put on better armour. And I think, yeah, let's put on a full 5 point defense. It still fits within the size. And that is far better. Put on another 5 ultra dense armour as well, because we're soon going to be upgrading the size, so this is more for replacing the ones currently lost. Excellent, just pushing through all this. I'm not going to bother getting boarding defense, because although I could do it, boarding strength 84. You basically put boarding guns on your own craft, and then they work as defense. So let's get 2 more ship of the lines, and we can add them to this fleet. So the mine station is under attack. It's doing a decent job of holding pirates off. It is going to lose. It is a single mining station taking on a whole wing of pirates, so it's doing nicely. Technology discovered, nice. Waiting for these all to go, and actually I will put the trooper. So yeah, only when attacked. I'll go raid this planet. Fantastic, I'll actually accept the trade proposal with Xanox. Keep them nice and friendly. But surely I am breaking through all of this stuff here. Rado Den. Third Strike Forces. Doing well. The second's doing alright. Ah, so they actually just went to go and destroy that. Oh, it's going to get blown up, isn't it? So it's already being repaired. Okay, that's cool. Strike Force. Good, good, good. Right. Linux 2 is now under my control, and I'll attack the criminal network and all that on this system. It's actually quite a strong little defense, but nothing compared to our forces. Defensive base, and also get a planetary defense. Garrison both of you, and then the first trooper should now be able to load troops at the arcs there. Oh, mutual defense pact. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, actually. So the second strike force are currently trying to take out this here. The third should be arriving very shortly, actually. Yep, they're soon to arrive in the system. They'll tip the conflict well in our favour and speed it up a little bit more. Oh, we have a new colony. Let's go some both of those and do the construction yard and get myself a nice little defensive base. And pause. The railguns are doing a decent enough job. And here come the rest of the fleet. There we go. Second strike force is fine, but I'm going to get them repairing. And the third will just tidy up in this area. Good, kill the ship. And the carrier's down. Entry gift. Thanks. All these independent colonies. This, I will say, this didn't happen last time. There wasn't any of these independent colony type things. It's all colonies which I was able to then capture. So this way it works better. It means I actually have to do something more than just get free stuff. Where are my defensive ships? To retrofit, automate there. Colony ship, fail to colonize. Because there is a load of enemies in that zone. Okay, so you go refuel retrofit. You go, the third strike force go attack this system so I can then colonize it. Actually, troopers head over to this system over here. If we can go capture you, that'll be a nice little boon. Oh, good grief, look at how much money I've got. Let's go crash research a load of projects. Yeah, crash research everything. Unit defense. Yeah, actually, you know what? Seems like a good idea. If you don't know where you are. Oh, you're right the way up there. Okay. Okay, thanks. And there's the escorts just going in. Fast little ships. Yeah, they aren't. They're definitely not the most powerful ships ever, the escorts. But they're definitely able to hold their own. Let's go to the planet, because I do believe we have a load of colonization. Fantastic. Can send all that out. Third strike force is cleaning up. Second strike force is low fuel. First is company refueling. Nice. I'm actually going to build another defensive base at this planet. Another defense satellite, because with the amount of stuff we're having attack, another defense satellite wouldn't not go amiss. Or maybe I'll work on upgrading the small spaceport to a medium and design a combat medium one. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Then again, building a new defensive satellite is pretty cheap. New colony there. So, the 10th fleet, you have what? Vilmueni. So, you now have Vilmueni as your base. Try and defend those defensive batteries. The Tika base is still not completely finished. And I would like a small spaceport and probably another defensive base here. Different location. I would like you to retire at nearest shipyard. So construction, Shortages, shortages, shortages everywhere. The Third Strike Force is taking out some more pirates. Excellent. First Trooper, go and invade this planet. Super Project. So there is a World Destroyer there, right? It's currently defended by a load of slugs. You need to keep that in mind because I would like to go work on that. Third Strike is still fighting away. Come on, you should be destroying the components, and yes, they are slowly but surely whittling away. You can see now the max shields are dropping because I'm destroying the shield components internally. Good, let's go down. Actually, retrofit to the latest designs, because I think you're a little bit older design-wise. I can now improve the ship sizes, so I will. Going to affect their heavy cruisers. Like, a lot. I can crash research the planet-busting mass drivers as well. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to do. Right then, let's go to the ship of the line. The biggest change I'm going to do is increase the number of mass drivers. So I'm going to have 15 and up the number of shields as well. Speed I'm happy with. 40 cruise and 20 turn rates. I like having a ratio of about 2 cruise to 1 turn rate as a rule of thumb. And my main combat ships I find pretty good around about cruise of 40. Yes, more works well, but for the most part, because of how directly you can jump at your target, I don't really feel the need to be much higher. What I do want though is improved fuel cells and ECM and ECCM. Also, I haven't got basic proximity, so I'll add that on because that's kind of important, I find. There, and in fact, can I add the belt of shields on? I can. Good. See, now this is dropping a little bit, so put on another chunk of proton thrusters. Maximum size 960. What I do need though is another generator, because the maximum generation wasn't really enough to power the weapons. It still isn't really enough to power the engines, the thrusters, and the shield recharge. So I'll push it all the way up to 5. That way we do have a little bit of buffer. In fact, what I will do is prevent that boarding thing. You can see I have a boarding defense strength of 156. I've put this on, increases it a little bit. It's more so than living, because like living quarters do increase it, but not as much. Fab some boarding pods. And double the boarding strength, so I don't know if it's worth it. Might just be worth getting, you know, more defences. That's a pretty good idea for the moment. I'll leave it like that. I'm pretty happy with the design of the ship of the line. Invasion ship, I don't really need to improve it much more. It's about where I like it. I'll boost its defences up a bit more. You know, always can really. And then also add on ECM and ECCM, things which I always forget to add on. So let's just retrofit you to the latest designs. Now load up the troops at that system. Now, the 3rd Strike Force have done very well. So retrofit the latest shipyard. Let's see if these guys need a defensive base being built. They probably do. Oh, you got facilities being built on board. Great. Let's garrison you. Right. They can actually have enough to take out that desert base like so. Our cash loot's gone minus. That's the first in a long time. Retrofit to latest designs. Retrofit latest designs. 2nd Strike Force. Retrofitting to latest designs. Just waiting for them to all finish their current retrofits. In fact, let's go back to the expansion planner. Start getting some more colonies. There we go. We've got loads of little fleets of the escorts, but they aren't doing too good a job. New planet here has been colonized. Good, good. Let's get a defensive base up. Recruit some more basic troops as well. Just warning after warning. So let's build here is a small spaceport. That's Xenox 2. Gives us another staging area for attacking this lot of stuff. Oh, we colonized. I thought I said, kind of misread that, but it's good. We'll get another defensive base here. Attack that facility. You're already getting raided again. Yikes. First trooper, 1st Strike Force. Where's the 2nd Strike Force? 2nd Strike Force going over there. The 3rd is still trying to retrofit. One thing which doesn't seem to have come up is the couple of random events I did find, and that was I found 2 massive fully colonized systems, and I just walked up to them and they went, "We'll join you," and they were about like 10 billion, which was absolutely insane. Quite nice, but also really rather broken. So we go over here. We should have, yeah, getting completely swamped by movie cruisers. Yep. So you had to flee the area. Okay. Actually, no. So you had to flee the area. Do you have enough shields? You can tank this. Okay, we've lost one of their ships. Been captured. Okay, maybe not. That was a mistake. And now we do have all of this colonization completed, which is awesome. And I can work towards the next load of wonders, the happiness wonders and the growth wonders. And what it will do is the planetary mass driver is about to be completed, which is awesome. And then I'll work on the hangar bays, I think. They could just work towards the point defense itself. But then again, if we get hangar bays up, work on a load of point defense, and then some actual fighters. So, like Prime, we'll get a lot more colonization ships, because now I should be able to colonize everything. Oh yeah, look at all of this colonization. Good grief. I might... Yeah, this is kind of crazy. What I'm going to do is put colonization on auto, I think. So game options, colonization on automatic, and I'll also do character locations, just because I haven't been organising my characters whatsoever. So I think I'll do that, and then the colonization fully automate. Bam, done. Resume playing. Excellent. Planetary death beams have been completed, which is amazing. But I haven't really got time to implement that now, so I'll actually do that at the beginning of the next episode. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Distant Worlds Universe with myself, Anna Diffin. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Otherwise, that's it for me for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye.